Bob Watson has resigned as general manager of the New York Yankees. Just couldn't take it anymore. George Steinbrenner ran another good one off. Watson was the team's 14th GM in 25 years. Brian Cashman takes over for now. Hey, Brian, don't buy a house. Watson said he'd like to pursue a broadcasting career. ESPN says they are interested. So Bob Watson is one of the good guys in Major League Baseball. Couldn't take any more George Steinbrenner. Hey, this is Ricky Jackson. He is the Texas State champion. Ricky is now 22-1. Am I right?
22-1.
22-1 with 15 knockouts.
15 by knockout.
And that one loss was just eating at your craw, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, one off night. It's a pretty good school veteran.
That's
Bobby Ches.
Bobby Ches, a guy who could fight a little bit. And Ricky and I were talking a little bit before, and he just signed with Don King. Now, there's so much reputation that goes with Don King. The good news is that everywhere he goes, it seems like there's money flowing all over the place. The bad news is the reputation that Don King brings. Some people don't trust him. That he's cheated some people out of money. There's been accusations of that. Does that in any way worry you now that you signed with him?
Well, it doesn't worry me. My concern with Don King is that he is, I think a lot of people agree with me, one of the greatest promoters in history in boxing and is the world of entertainment. So I think if you keep your eyes open, and you can't trust any promoter, Don King or Bob Barron or Main Events or anybody else. If you're not paying attention to what's going on, you're going to get screwed.
Well, why is that in your sport? Why is it that you can't? I mean, in football, you sign your contract, you're going to get your money. Why is it in boxing, you sign your contract, and you can't trust anybody?
Well, it's just the way it is. You know, I don't know why it's that way. I hate it that it's that way myself. But due to the fact of the nature of the sport, it doesn't take much to get into boxing. And you get guys that get into this game for the short term and make some quick money. And it rubs off on the big guys. You know, the reputation comes, well, you can handle this guy, you can use this guy. He doesn't ask any questions, he just want to fight. And, you know, it just happens in this game for some strange reason.
What, now, you're 30 years old.
Yeah.
Did you feel a need to, okay, now I got to take it to I'm not getting to the next level. I need a Don King to get me there, or is it that obviously Don King, as I mentioned before, the money flies around him. He can get you to where you're fighting the Tysons and the Holyfields and the Lewises and whatnot.
Well, I've been in this game now for 8 years, and you know, I've been looking for the guy. I've been to Main Events, which is Lou Duva. I've been to Top Rank, which is Bob Arum, and a few other guys around the boxing industry. And no one really gave me the opportunity that I wanted, you know, which is spelled out in the contract, so to say. And the difference with King is King came looking for me. And he said, hey, this is what I want to do. Are you interested? And I said, yeah, sure. And which was the opportunity to fight in some of the best heavyweights in the world.
What is the plan now?
Well, the plan right now is for me to have 4 or 5 fights, knock off this 1-year ring rush that I have, and get in there with the big guys. Holyfield, Mike Tyson, or Henry Akin one day at the end of the year.
Okay. We've got calls once again, 713-974-1696 is the number. At the end of the year, who you want to fight? Who do you want to fight, Tyson, Holyfield, or Lewis?
I would prefer Tyson.
You want Tyson?
Yeah.
Now, see, and that's to me is nuts. But I guess Holyfield is nuts to want him. But your style, are you a brawler like Tyson?
I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer puncher, and Tyson is a brawler, and Tyson is ready-made for my style. Holyfield is pretty much similar to what I do, and there would be a lot of counterpunching going on, so I wouldn't want to fight Evander Holyfield. And Lennox Lewis, who's a pretty much taller guy, a lot bigger. I think he weighed in at 250 pounds his last fight. And, you know, he's a pretty good boxer, too. So, of the 3, I would prefer to fight Mike Tyson.
That to me, is just nuts. You know what? 3 guys, I think I'll take Tyson. To me, that's insane. But obviously, Mike Tyson is not the fighter that he once was. And he doesn't scare people anymore. Everybody I talk to, every boxer I talk to, yeah, I want Tyson. Come on, bring it. Come on, Mike. You can get some. Come on.
It's not that. It's just that he got exposed. You know, so many people were caught up in Mike Tyson, the brawler. And you go out there and you're just intimidated by that. You don't go out there and do what you're supposed to do, and that's box. But Evander Holyfield went out there and stuck to a game plan, and it worked very well. So now everybody's saying, well, I can go out there and stick to the game plan, too, and make it work to my advantage.
Yeah, just lead with your ear. Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
Come get it, Mike. Come on. Here, Mike. You hungry?
I would prefer the punches any day.
Roger's on the line. Hi, Roger.
It's Roderick.
Hi.
I would like to ask Ricky Jackson, how do you feel about Don King and Mike Tyson in wrestling?
How do you feel about him? What?
In wrestling.
In wrestling.
Mike Tyson.
How do you feel about how do you feel about Tyson and the wrestling thing now?
I don't think the two should mix, because one, it's, you do something totally different for wrestling opposed to boxing. One, you use gloves. One, you don't use gloves. So how could you put the two together? Would the wrestler wear gloves, or would the boxer not wear gloves and go out there bare knuckled? But any way it goes, I don't think the wrestler would have a chance at all in the game of boxing.
Whoa, I heard that. Now, wait a minute. I don't think that the wrestler would have a chance in the world of boxing. Now, this is my good friend, and look how big he is, see, Ricky? This is my good friend Rage, who is with the Out of Control Wrestling Federation. What is it, Out of Control Wrestling?
Out of Control Wrestling.
Out of Control Wrestling. And he was on with Alonzo Highsmith, and he called Alonzo out. And I have a feeling he's got a few choices. He doesn't think that wrestlers can hang with boxers.
Well, that goes to show what kind of athlete you think you are, okay?
I think.
That just goes to show what kind of athlete you think you are. You think because you're riding around your little limo and everything now, you're too big now, huh? You used to drive the way you have to go. Now you got chauffeurs and everything, right? But I tell you what, we get us a square circle together, and I'll show you how tough wrestling really is.
Well, that sounds good and that sounds dandy, but realistically, a wrestler wouldn't last 3 rounds with a boxer, because if we went with gloves, you wouldn't have a chance because you couldn't grab me. B, if we went without gloves, you wouldn't have an opportunity to do anything because the first time I hit you with a jab, it would be over.
Let me tell you something. I've been hit with chairs,
nothing like a jab,
concrete,
buddy.
you name it.
Nothing
and
like
if
a jab.
you think your little bitty hands,
Yeah.
your little bitty wedding cake hands will knock me out, you got another thing coming, brother.
I would knock you out. I'd punch you first. So you would never, ever in life think about ever dealing with a boxer again
You know
in your
what?
life.
I may not be a boxer, but behind these South African meat hooks, I can knock your head clean off your shoulders.
Easier said than done. It's easier to, I fought guys.
It ain't nothing but air between us right now, baby. All you got to do is get up out that chair.
I don't want to
See
hurt
this-
you.
See this guy back here?
I don't want to hurt you.
Come here. Now, see, is there any way you can demonstrate what you can do, Rage? Is there anybody here that would like a little demo? Joe, come here. Come on up here, Joe. Where's the big guy back there in the kitchen? Come on out here. Come on out. What's his name? See, now Rage. Now see, here's what Rage can do. Watch this, Ricky. See that? But that's a short little fat white guy. That ain't. Look at this. Oh, see that, Ricky? See that now,
Well,
Rage?
again, like you said, that's a short, little, fat white guy. So, I'm quite sure he dove around someone, jumped in his arms, and dove over there and landed on the couch.
So what you're telling me is you're not going to take the.
He would never get an opportunity to touch me.
You're not going to take the Mike Tyson.
He would never get an opportunity to touch me.
You know what? I run a 4.5 and a 40. Don't think I'm slow, baby.
You
I'm
gonna have
280, but I can move.
The way you would get out that ring, you would need that 4.5 and a 40.
Whoa, see that? Now wait a minute. Whoa. Now wait a minute. We're going to take a break. You're watching Sports Night Live before this gets ugly. Now wait a minute. Just a second. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hopefully, these two guys will be right here when we get back. Stay tuned to Sports Night Live, everybody.
If I can't beat the Rays, I'll get on my hands and knees, crawl across the state of Texas and call him the greatest.
See, he's sitting up here contradicting himself. Now, he just got through saying that when a man that weighs 180 pounds hit by a man that's 240 is hell. So just imagine, I'm 280, benching 600 pounds. What is it going to be like when these act rights go against your nose?
Man, hold up now. The only bench press of the 600 pounds he's ever seen is a bench that weighed that much.
The NBA heats up when the superstars of basketball team up with the superstars of music in the slamming new video.